Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video is one I'm going to attempt to do a tutorial. It is for my eraser charms that I have shown on my in a couple of my videos before, where I take these adorable little erasers that I get from all kinds of places. Majority of them I get from like the Dollar Tree. Also get them from Walmart, Target, anywhere that they sell these fun little erasers. And they will have little dangles on it. I went ahead and just made these up because they're real simple to make, and there's videos all over the place showing how to make a simple little dangle. And the main thing I just wanted to show was how I get the wire through my eraser. I have this tool. It is a little spring, like a little spring action hand drill, and it has this teeny tiny little bit on the end. I have no idea what size it is. I just know that it's probably about the smallest one that I had to special order this through my hardware store because they did not have it in stock. And this piece itself I got on eBay. I believe it was eBay. Wasn't very much. Excuse me. It was just a couple, like a few dollars, maybe like $7 or $8, so not very expensive at all. And what I do is I take the eraser that I want to use. I'm using this adorable little penguin. I think he's just so cute with little pink cheeks. And I take a pencil and I just, like, I will kind of put a little dot where I want the wire, or where I want the hole to go in the top and out the bottom. So try to get it to go straight down through the middle. And I did go ahead and drill it, but I will show you real fast how I do this. I just I don't think I can show it on the camera actually, because I have to have this straight up and down. But you just put it in here like this, and let me do it sideways so you can see. This kind of goes, you just hold on to the handle right here, and it just goes up and down, and see how it goes right into the eraser. And it just goes straight through like that. It's super easy. You don't have to put very much pressure on it at all. You just want to kind of squeeze the eraser as it's going, and you can kind of feel the tip, like the drill bit, and you can kind of make sure that it's going straight and that it's not going like coming out the front or the back side. And these just pull right out, and then I flip it over and put it into the, like, on the bottom place, and then just again you just kind of drill up and down. And this, you just take this and just pull it up and down, and it moves right into the eraser. And just pull it out like that, and you're left with the hole on the top and the bottom. And usually I can get pretty good at getting it to kind of meet up, where the hole from the bottom and the top kind of meet up in the middle somewhere. You don't really have to get it perfectly, because a lot of times you can maneuver your wire to get to go from the top, like the top hole down through the bottom hole. You may just have to kind of push your wire in and out a few times to get it to poke out the right hole, but it usually comes out the right hole. And that's why I like having the little pencil mark there, because you can see, make sure that your wire is coming out the spot that you want it to. And then I just take, this is the wire that I use. I get mine from Hobby Lobby, and the label is gone. I've got another roll of that somewhere, but this is just 18, oh, here it is. It is 18 gauge is what I like to use. Just a lot thicker wire, so it goes through the eraser real nicely. I just start out with like I give myself a long piece. This one is about 4.5 inches. I don't ever measure. I just pull off a piece that looks long enough to work with. It's usually way too long, but I'd like to have more than I need, then find out that it's too short. And I just make a little loop on one end, and then whatever I want the top to look like, I go ahead and put those beads on first. And I've already got my beads picked out here. So just have to make sure that they all fit on the wire. I start out with usually try to start out with a little small silver spacer bead. And then I've got these sort of gunmetal looking beads that I found in my stash. I could not find any like solid, like black, actually like dark black, like on the penguin. I found a package of black that were lava beads, but the holes were too small. So I found these. They're like a shiny black. Like I said, they're like a metallic black almost. And so I want to go ahead and put that one on there. And then I've got me some of these little tiny bead caps, and I'm using a little, like a rock bead that I've got from a Hobby Lobby sometime. This is the package. Not Hobby Lobby, I'm sorry. They are from Joann's. And these are just called natural stones. If I can get it to focus. Natural stones. So once I take my package apart, like my string apart, I usually just like to put them in a little baggie with the little label piece, so I kind of remember where I got them from in case I need to go back to look for more, and hopefully they have them if I need them. And there's the barcode. But that is where I got those beads, and I just put the whatever I want to go on the top of the eraser. And so then once I get my beads on for the top, I grab the I use some pliers that have like little ridges in them. You can see they have kind of ridged, so I get a good grip on it. And then I just put it into the hole, and you just kind of feed it through. Just push slowly, and you can see pops out that bottom hole right there. And then I just grab it and pull it all the way up. And I always like to have my little loop going that direction. For some reason, I just like it to go that way. And you don't need to really worry about erasing or getting rid of the pencil marks, because they're going to be covered up by the beads that we put on there. So then I'm going to put the one on the beads on the bottom. And the only thing I'm using here, I'm going to use this teeny tiny little daisy spacer to go right up against the bottom of the eraser. Another one of those little black metal beads, and a tiny little spacer, because I always like to start and stop with a little tiny bead. I just think it looks nice with having that little tiny bead at the top and bottom. And then I'm going to put a loop on the bottom. So for my loop, I always leave myself, I don't even measure. I use about maybe, let me see what that is. It's close to 1/2 inch. I know I see a lot of videos, people say they leave about like 1/4 inch, but I leave myself about that much distance. Like I said, I don't measure. So I just snip it off. And these are like the best snippers I've ever used. I bought these not long ago. Well, it was back in November from Hobby Lobby. And they're just called they're by XURON. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Really good cutters. I've never had any that really, snip real close. Like make real smooth cuts. The old pair I'd had for years, and it made them all like jagged when I would cut the edge off. And this makes more of a flat cut, and it snips really, really easily, and I don't have hardly any trouble getting it to cut off. And so here I just take my little pointy round nose pliers, put it right up. I usually go in about that far from, if I can get this to focus. Come on, focus. I don't think it's going to focus very well. Come on, focus. Why is it not focusing? Okay. Well, it's going to go in and out now. Focus, come on. Okay, why is this not? Well, not going to want to focus in, but I go about it'll show up. And sorry, this is not wanting to focus good, but I go about that far in, if you can see the tip of the wire there, and I just start rolling it down. And then readjust it and just keep moving until you can see it kind of makes a loop there. But then I take my pliers, put it back in the hole, and give it a kink backwards. And just kind of straighten it up with my pliers and just keep adjusting it until I get the shape that I want. And which is kind of like an S. I call it like an S shape, kind of like a little hook. And that makes my little loop on the end. And if they don't get to where the loops are the same direction, you can take like your pliers hold one loop with one plier and get another pair of pliers and just twist opposite directions from each other, and just keep working and twisting until you get them to go align the way you want them to. So let me go ahead and twist. Okay, so there I have them to where they are facing the same direction, which is the way I like them to look. And on the top, I will just put a lobster clasp up on there to be able to attach this to like a keychain, or if I use a large enough lobster clasp, it can just go like directly on a purse. Sometimes I use these as like, well, not planner charms because I don't use a planner, but like on a mini album or some kind of project, you can kind of add them on with lobster clasps that way. Then on the bottom here, to put my charms, I just made a little dangle with another one of my little stone beads. Put just a bead cap on the top and the bottom. And I did use the little spacers as well. And then I just took some of the little black beads and put a daisy in the middle and the little tiny spacers on the top and bottom. And then I just get a jump ring. The ones that I use are from Walmart. They're kind of heavier gauge, so I really love them. And you can get a package of about 200, and they are in a you get 3 different sizes together, so that is nice. That you can get like really tiny ones. They're like around, I don't know exactly what size millimeters they are, but they are tiny ones, and then sort of medium sized ones, and then the larger ones. And I found a scrap, like this little scrap piece of chain that I am attaching this little snowflake charm with, and I may need to trim that a little bit because I don't think I'm going to want that to hang down quite so far. So let me go ahead and open this back up. And then of course, I'm sure if you know anything about jewelry, you know that when you're opening up jump rings, you always want to kind of take the 2 pliers and you open them away from each other instead of like pulling side to side, just so that you don't weaken the jump ring. So I'll just snip it off here. I'm not even going to really measure anything. I don't like to really measure too much. It gets me in trouble a lot because sometimes my projects don't always turn out exactly the way I want them to because I don't measure too often. So I just cut off what I thought looked like a decent amount, and then if you just take your jump ring and kind of go back and forth past each other a few times, then it really helps lock it into place really nicely. And then there you go. It hangs around perfectly. I love how that just peeks out from behind the beads. And so there is this adorable little eraser charm. I love it. I didn't really have any idea which eraser I was going to start out with when I got it in my head to go ahead and just do this tutorial, since I had mentioned it way back earlier in the year, and a lot of people showed interest in me showing how I do these. I'm sorry if I was out of frame. This is the first time that I've really done a tutorial. Don't really have a good setup yet. Try to figure out how to keep things in focus better, but I think this turned out so cute. I love the yellow, and I had tried to find a more wintry colored eraser. I did see a Santa eraser in my stash, but when I saw this pink one, I just thought that was too cute with the big old yellow feet there and the beak and the little pink cheeks. I thought that was adorable. So that is my charm. This didn't come with a Christmas set. It was actually just a mixture of like animal erasers from Dollar Tree. So I thought by adding the little snowflake charm, that would make it a little bit wintry. And so there is my eraser dangle. And they're very simple to make. If I pull it down here so you can see it. They're very easy and quick to put together. If you have that little hand drill, it's super easy to do. Like I said, these don't cost very much. I found mine on eBay for $7 or $8. And then this little drill bit was only like $1 something from my hardware store. Like $1.15 or something like that. I don't even remember what it was, but not much at all. And it just, you just unscrew like the tip to open it up, and then you just stick the bit down inside and tighten it back up. And I love this little drill. I've had it for several years, and it's nice, good quality. And I just keep it right beside my work table, so whenever I decide to make another charm, I have it handy. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Sorry if it wasn't very clear. If you have any questions whatsoever, just put a comment down below. I'll try to explain myself a little more thoroughly if I kind of skipped over something. And hopefully I can figure out a little bit better how to record tutorials like this, and I can maybe do some more in the future. But thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by this time. If you were, able to make it through the whole thing, I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you all later. Take care, everyone. Bye.